guys, it's Lee. I'm here with another power washer. Now this is probably one of the nicer ones. It's Troy Bilt 2700 PSI. It's one of the newer ones, you know, from Lowe's. You know, I think brand new they're $350 minimum, maybe more than that. But anyway, I found this a couple weeks ago at Trash and Treasures, Cross Plains, Tennessee. I did a little video on that, but paid 20 bucks for it. The lady said it didn't start. Even had a little sticker on here said the carburetor needs cleaning. So I thought, well, I know how to clean the carburetor and I'll take a chance on the pump. Because, you know, the thing about a power washer is even if the person really believes the pump works and they store it incorrectly over winter and it freezes, you got a bad pump. So it's a gamble. But anyway, I went ahead and bought it, 20 bucks. How could you go wrong? Well, I got home. Now, this is 2 weeks ago. I doubt I got it on video. I don't think I do. But first thing I did is I took starting fluid, sprayed it in here, put a little gas in it. You know what? That thing started on second pull, and it ran for 10 minutes. Now, yeah, I had water running through the pump. I didn't have the hose hooked up. I usually take those hoses off first thing just because they're bundlesome and in the way. The water was shooting out the pump, and it was, so the pump was working. It ran for 10 minutes. I thought, well, man, I thought, easy. But I turned it off, and it wouldn't start back. So I thought, okay, well, the carburetor probably does need to be cleaned because it wouldn't start it if I didn't put starting fluid in it. So I know the pump works. I know the engine works. Oil level looks good. All I'm going to do is take the carburetor off, clean it, put it back together. There's probably just one small something in one of the jets that's keeping it from starting. Probably that main jet. It usually is. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put you up here, and if you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If I got to unplug these, I just want to know which was on which side. So there you go. That's the... I'd like to get a good picture of the linkage. There's another wire down here. I'm not even sure what that is. Some kind of ground wire, I guess. Linkage, that's plain in there. All right, back at it. I got it off. I got ground wire for the switch right there. That goes like that, and this goes up against the body. Shut the fuel off. All right, so carburetor, I mean, this whole unit looks brand new, but there's probably obstructions in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and blow out. I mean, probably all you gotta do, usually it's good enough on a carburetor like this. I mean, if it looks terrible inside, we'll do it different, but most likely I'll take the air compressor and blow it through the main jet and a couple of holes. That's probably all it needs. I probably won't even put it in here unless it looks bad. So let's see. So there's a little speck of dust in there, but you know, this looks so clean that I will blow through that hole, through this hole, through here, any hole I can find. I'm gonna blow through it with my air compressor. That's probably gonna be enough. I mean, if you blow through this hole, you need to have equal amount of force coming out another end or it's plugged up. All right, so I went to the air compressor. You know, there's holes on the sides here. Where's one at? Here. All right, let me take this washer off. So you got to have all those open, and I think this was clogged. And there was dirt in there, and I just wiped it out. But I went with the air compressor, and I went through here, and I got wind out the other end, and went through here, went through here, went through there. Went everywhere I could find and got wind out, went through here, opened this up, And if it was an ethanol problem, I would stick it up in here and clean it out better. But I just don't think I need to. So I'm gonna put it back together and give it a shot. All right, so that's probably what that should look like. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of it together. We're gonna go out there and fire it up. So I'm gonna move the power washer outside. I'm not gonna hook water up to it yet, and I'm just gonna see if it'll crank over. Then I'll turn it off real quick. Then we'll hook water up to it. Because if it don't start, then I'll waste time hooking water up to it. So let's see what happens. So I went ahead and started it without water. It turned right over. So I went over here, got water hooked up, getting it started. Now, you can't hear it, but maybe you can see it because I'm talking. But the carburetor linkage, one of the arms was not in the right position and it would fall down. And I thought, man, what was going on? But then after looking at it, I went down there and I saw a linkage that didn't look correct. And I was able to just simply move it over to a different spot with my finger. And then, you know, I got full power. It's probably right there. I'm starting to look at it because it was losing power. It didn't die, but it was losing power. And I should have got a close up, but it was one of those linkages. There was two linkages, and they hook onto a plastic piece. And anyway, I just had it in the wrong place. Had I looked at it closer the first time around, I probably would have. Oh. So it's most likely right in this area when I figured out the linkage that it was incorrect. And then it didn't take me a second after I saw it. Then probably from here on out on the video, it was running strong, and I didn't do it all on video, but I cleaned up my side-by-side with it, and it was working good. So that was it. It ran good. Now, if you'll notice on the front of that video, when I first started doing water, it was bogging down. Well, there was a linkage problem on the carburetor. Figured it out, fixed it, and it was running strong thereafter. I got 3 power washers. That one's probably going for sale. That's one I got at a yard sale. Need the carburetor cleaned. I cleaned it and it runs good. Now, I was lucky that the pump worked, but I got it cheap enough that if the pump didn't work, I'd have still been okay. So when you buy a power washer, get them cheap, unless you know the pump works. All right, I'm out.